It's the Coach's Corner Show, a production of WJER and Big Z Sports, in partnership with Williams Floorcovering, Sugar Valley Meats, Wood Electric, and Smartway Communications. And now, here is your host, Bill Hammerstrom, with Coach Dan Ifft.
This is Coach's Corner. I'm Bill Hammerstrom for WJER and WTUZ Big Z Sports. I'm here alongside Dover head coach Dan Ifft. Coach, let's talk first about last week. You took on Worcester, and your team once again scored the last 20 points of the game to come away with a 48-28 win. To me, it seemed a little like the earlier games this season against Greene and Canton South, where your team closed really well. What does that say about your team, their ability to close out a game like that?
Well, one, I think our kids are in good condition. We had a hard summer of conditioning. Plus, we've been forced to play so many guys that I think the game is getting them in shape even better. So I think that's good. Plus the attitude the kids have. They're a resilient bunch. We're not big. We get knocked down. We get back up. We get back up. We get back up. And they just keep going at it. And when you do stuff like that, sometimes things go your way, ball bounces your way, and good things happen. And I think that's what happened to us Friday night.
I think your offense played well. It seemed like everybody who touched the ball made a contribution. It seemed like Jack Juckins, your quarterback, was orchestrating that really well.
Yeah, Jack was on target. Jack really has a great competitive mind, and once the game gets rolling, he loses himself in the game, so to speak. And some of the plays he makes, you're like, that's inexplicable how he can make that throw, being off balance, things of that nature. So he's done a wonderful job of leading us and then getting the ball to the kids in space, and that's kind of, when we do that, those guys make us right more than wrong.
So I was looking at some homecoming pictures of your guys. It seems like they have to accessorize with casts or with
Yes.
braces or with ice packs or whatever they need. Has this season been full of more injuries than past seasons, or has it just been more difficult because of your numbers?
It's been worse. We're down about 7 guys right now, and many of those kids are playing both ways. And it's forced us to be better coaches, and it's forced our kids that maybe were projected to play junior varsity football. It's pushed them into the varsity role. So a lot of those kids have grown under the baptism by fire, so to speak, and they've gotten better. And the good thing is they're coming back next year, but hopefully we get some kids back as we progress throughout the year. But there's about 4 of them that I think we've lost for the season, and they're 4 pivotal people for us. And a team where you had 48 to begin with, I think we had 38 kids dressed the other night for practice. So it's been kind of rough. We pulled up some freshmen to back us up in certain situations, but it doesn't frighten me. I mean, you've got to roll with the punches. That's life, and that's football, and the game's physical, and sometimes breaks are going to go your way, and sometimes they aren't. But you've got to deal with it, and I think our kids and our coaches have dealt with it pretty well. So
Worcester is an Ohio Cardinal Conference school. You get another one on the road this week. It's the Madison Rams. They're 1-6 coming in, but they've given some good teams headaches so far this season.
Yeah, I think it was said to me today that they've lost 4 games by a total of 15 points. And, they're a much better football team than their record indicates. And I know everybody says that and stuff when you play somebody, but they've got good size, not quite as big as Worcester, but big enough. And they've given a lot of good football teams some nightmares. And they went into, I think it was overtime or double overtime with Ashland, who, to my knowledge, it might be still undefeated. So it's one of those deals. Ashland seems to be the class of the league this year, and they took them to double OT or OT. So we got to work out for us. Like I said, everybody is a challenge for us because of our injury situation. But nonetheless, we got a lot of smaller youngsters playing, and we call them ankle biters, but they're doing a wonderful job of getting back up and getting after you. So I applaud them. I'm real proud of them.
It's a year and a half still for Dover football to be in the OCC, but you get a taste of the road game as far as OCC travel is concerned this week.
Right. We went to West Holmes as well. It looks to be a very good conference, and I've been impressed with the size of the teams. I mean, Worcester was huge, and Madison's big, and the offensive line at West Holmes was good size as well as a couple of the other players. So and we know our rival's a big team. So physically, it's a pretty neat league in that respect. There's a lot of athletes and a lot of talent, and a lot of good coaching as well.
All right, Dover head coach Dan Ifft getting ready to take on the Madison Rams. For WJER and Big Z Sports, I'm Bill Hammerstrom.
This has been the Coach's Corner Show, a production of WJER and Big Z Sports, in partnership with Williams Floorcovering, Sugar Valley Meats, Wood Electric, and Smartway Communications. Big Z Sports and WJER, the combined sports voices of the Valley.